Everyone to our meeting tonight, and before we start our meeting, I'm going to ask Nate Kingsley from Vantown Community Church to come and bring the invocation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I say thank you to you, Lord. As you know, I'm thankful for the life you've given to me and to us. And thank you for the city that we get to live in. I so appreciate our people and our town. And thank you for these who have taken on the role, at least for a couple of years, of leading and guiding and serving. And help them do that well tonight. Because I don't know what might be difficult or might be easy about their doing it. But just help them do it well and do it together. And may it be a blessing to the people of our city. I ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Nate, so much. Appreciate you doing that. We'll wait a couple more minutes as I'm just not certain about whether Bob Porter's going to be able to make it. Well, by my watch, it's 7 o'clock, so I will call the meeting to order and ask you to join me, please, in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Shirley, will you take roll call, please?
Yes. Mayor Hammond.
Here.
Larry Lambert.
Here.
Mike Connell.
Here.
Bob Porter. Mindy Gullaby. Here. Kamal Ghazi.
Here.
Kristen Babel. Kristen is absent. And Kyle is absent. Obviously. They're both excused.
Yep. Looking now for approval of our agenda.
I move that we adopt the agenda as printed.
Second.
We have a motion from Kamal, seconded by Larry. All those in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Looking for approval of our council meeting minutes from November 20th.
I move that we suspend the rules, waive the readings, and approve the minutes from the December 18, 2025 regular meeting.
Oh, wrong day, I'm sorry, that's my bad.
No, my bad.
Go ahead, Kamal, I'm sorry. From December 18th.
Yep.
From December 18, 2025 regular meeting.
We have a second.
A second.
We have a motion from Kamal, seconded by Larry. All those in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Under our pre-approved reports or presentations, we had indicated a presentation by Alan Edwin Holmes, but they canceled that, so they will not be here tonight. We do have pre-approved report from Cindy Garber.
Hello, good evening. Thanks for having me. So this week we did have our county board meetings, very light agendas. The most important thing I'd like to share with you is that our drug court vehicle is up and ready to go. So that is the vehicle that we bought with the opioid settlement funds. We haven't even officially started the first week of February, and we are already starting to consider also incorporating the juvenile court into that, because we have a lot of juveniles, offenders that also have substance use, connection to why they're in the court system. And they also, transportation is a huge barrier for people. And I'm learning that more and more. So we are overwhelmed already, but we're gonna learn as we go and get people hopefully where they need to go for their treatment. Pleasant View, I have that board meeting tomorrow, and we are moving along. The residents are loving the construction, absolutely loving it. The IT department at Pleasant View put in 4 cameras on the construction site and then wired it in so the residents can watch it on the TVs in their room.
Oh, good.
they absolutely love it, and they are also doing fresh baked bread. So,
Very good.
That's
Yeah.
really good, yeah.
and that really, our millage dollars are the reason we can do a lot of those extras, so it's so important that we support, because we could run that facility just on, you know, Medicaid, Medicare dollars, but we could not do the great things that we do for people. It truly is a home for them, so. If you have any questions for me, I'd be glad to take those.
Any other questions for Cindy? No? Thank you. Thank you for
Thank
those
you.
reports.
Thank
Good
you.
job,
Appreciate
that's
that.
okay.
Moving into public comment, then do we have anyone here for public comment? Yes, sir. Step right up and tell us who you are.
Hello, my name is Jason Duffield. Mayor, I appreciate giving me the opportunity to speak along with council. I live in the Perry Lake subdivision and was concerned about the talk of the Ellen Edwin homes being placed in the subdivision with the rentals. Talked with numerous neighbors of mine. We definitely do not feel that that is a good fit for Perry City or that area specifically. Numerous reasons. One, the biggest one I think, is their 24-year tax plan. We've got probably less than a dozen homes or lots left that they can build on in our lake. They've been putting up 7 to 8, 9 of them a year throughout there, which gives you guys, the city, instant tax income at that point. With their plan they have, with 24 years, that's a long wait when the city could get something right then and there. Also, the Zone 3 that's on the backside, my personal opinion, along with the neighbors, we think that is eventually going to get developed as well, and more than likely will be housing similar, since the lake's right there, similar to what houses we have in the Perry Lakes area, which would also be instant income for you folks, and I don't see that having a problem with selling at all in today's market, because they are moving fast in our subdivision, as fast as they can build, they're selling. Also doing just brief research on Allen Edwin Homes. Pretty simple to do a Google search of their building and their style of building. They do have some positives, which are quick builds. Apparently communication was a good issue, or a good, one of the good positives. However, there are many negatives that outweigh the positives, such as very poor builds. There are numerous complaints from not only people who built for them, but also people who have moved into their houses, where flooring is separating with the tiling, carpets the cheapest they can find. They've had foundation cracking, wall cracking issues. My daughter and her husband moved into the ones that they put up in Fowlerville. They put up a big subdivision in Fowlerville with all those homes that are built, and they're having them and their neighbors that said that they would never ever move into another home that they would build again, just because they've had so many issues with their everything from foundation to everything. They forgot to install sink, the drains, the list goes on and on. So the quality of their houses is a big concern as well. So there may be areas where that housing is a good fit, maybe in different parts of the city or out in the county or wherever, but I just do not feel, as do my neighbors, that that would be a good fit for that area there. The main part is for the city getting instant income with taxes, and that's I think the biggest thing.
I don't think it's just the city. I think we'd be doing people a very big disservice for something like that, because whatever your home equity is, the moment they put in a house and sell it for $300,000, you've lost at least $150,000 in whatever house it is. And you have a big
I could not
issue.
agree with you more, and that is a concern of my neighbors. There's going to be a mass exodus if that were to happen because of the houses being devalued in the area. You've got folks that are putting $400,000 plus in their little dream houses around the lake, and to have a rental unit thrown in next to it is going to be a major problem.
Well, we have some good news regarding that for you
Yeah.
later, so
Okay.
we appreciate
Super.
you sharing.
I just
that.
wanted to throw
We-
that in there, but I appreciate you giving me
really
time and opportunity to speak to you folks
Yeah, we
Yeah.
appreciate you
on that
coming.
subject. So
Yes,
thanks
thank
again
you.
for your time.
Yes,
You're
thank
Take
you
care.
very much. Anyone else for public comment tonight?
Is that for anything?
Um,
Oh, I'm sorry. rather than move on with our public comment, I forgot we're timed, so at 7:10, which the clock says it is, we're going to move into our public hearing regarding North Street. Is anyone here for comment regarding the North Street closure?
On the land?
Yes.
Yes, that would be yes.
Okay,
What's exactly about? Like, are you clearing that area?
no?
So,
The notice that we got in the mail from the back of Perry Lakes to whatever that street is.
Lamb
that's- Yeah, but the other dead end street.
the other
North
road?
and west, you said,
But it's
the
just
easement.
the one that runs right by your house.
Yes.
Just
Right.
that section of it.
You're not doing across the road. Okay, so we read that wrong.
It just goes from the closure would be, is proposed to be, from Lamb Street west along that easement, it's 16 feet wide. And
Right,
it runs behind the houses that front on
Valley Court,
Valley Court.
all the way down to your property. They live
Right.
right on the corner of the land.
so that means you'd have to get rid of trees that have been there for 50
We are not,
No.
no, we are not clearing anything, we are closing the easement. We're gonna vacate the easement. It will
Oh, okay.
no longer be an easement. It
Okay,
will
that-
simply be the property owner's property,
Okay,
and no longer will the city have the
So-
right to access through there for any reason.
okay, that's what we
It
were
doesn't
wondering.
change the land,
So
it
our-
doesn't change the property at all.
So our question though is the two houses that have been there forever that sold last year that have new neighbors now, they have pine trees, the red house on the corner, and on the blue house, they have their fence butting up to our property line because they took over the easement. But the hoarder next to us, there's a vacant area, which we had asked
If we could buy it.
or, you know, instead of sharing it with them, because he's got access to his property from the other side of the other road. So.
There will no
how-
longer be an easement available there.
Right,
You
Okay,
will
but
not be
who-
able to drive from Lamb Street in that 16 feet wide easement to get to any backyard. It won't
Okay.
be a public easement anymore. It will be whoever owns the house on the corner,
yep,
their property will back right up to the neighbor's property. The next
Yep.
house will back right up to the neighbor's property. There'll be no easement available through there.
okay.
So,
Basically, we're not able to drive through it even though it's open.
so even though it's open, we can't do anything with it.
Even though it's what?
Open. Like,
Open?
yeah, so between the Capico households, they have their fence line, and then we have our fence, but it's accessible to our backyard. So how is that gonna be determined? Who gets that?
It's wherever your property lines are.
Yeah.
Basically, all we're doing is saying that the city would have no right to run utilities, to decide to put anything through there. The property lines don't change.
Right.
Wherever property
Right.
lines are on either side of that easement, basically, probably close to down the middle of the easement,
Yep,
one would go to one property owners, the other would go to the other, just like it,
So we'd split it in half,
well,
basically.
it's basically
It-
whatever.
It's not changing.
It's
You
Right.
not
have
changing.
always owned where you own now.
right,
The fact that there was the right for the city to traverse through there if they needed to put utilities,
okay,
gave the city the right to do that, but it
No.
still was your property.
Okay.
And now, it just removes that easement, it removes that right for the city to use that space. Your property lines don't change.
okay. That's all we need to know.
Yeah, yeah, I hope that clarifies, as I know
Yeah.
it's confusing.
Yeah, the letter was very confusing.
We're
I thought
just,
you guys were getting rid of all this stuff, and I'm like, that's, trees have been there for 50, 60 years, fence lines and all that.
No, no,
okay.
Okay,
no.
So,
Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay, good, thank you.
We're
Good,
looking
good,
for cheaper, not more expensive.
yeah, because I don't want to pay for a whole new fence, even though it was there before I even moved in.
good. No, you're good.
Other
Okay.
than the hoarders and the people across from us, everyone is new.
So,
Like, yeah.
we were just like, okay.
We did receive one letter from someone who is opposed to vacating that. It sounds like it's one of the new neighbors.
Yes,
He was
And,
under the impression that we were, like,
you guys were clearing all.
yes, we all thought the same thing. So we were like,
Yeah.
what?
Can I ask
Well, I
why
did tell
all
him-
that, though?
I'm sorry. Were you
I
saying?
was wondering why everyone thought that.
That's how we took the letter,
It said vacate 33 feet, so I was kind
Because-
of confused on it.
because it's not 33 feet right now. So that's why we're like,
The 33 feet that was referred to as half of Lamb Street, that wasn't even that space.
Okay,
okay,
Yeah, that wasn't.
so we all read it wrong.
yeah, we all know.
That's okay.
Okay,
That's why we do this, so that we can
okay. 'Cause
Just
we were like,
clarify.
Physically, no changes, simply removes the right for the city to put any public or any utilities or anything
Right,
through that
Okay.
strip
Because that's what we
from
were
Lamb
under the
Street
impression.
west.
Okay,
when, what's his name came to the house and told us, so I was like, wait a minute, that's the opposite of what Lovey said. Okay,
Well, yeah, we're good.
Okay.
all right, thank you.
I did tell this gentleman, Jacob Phelan, that I would read his letter because he wasn't able to be here tonight. He did call and talk with Shirley. And what he says is after talking to her, the way I understand it, that this will not affect me or my property in any way. However, as a new resident, he's just trying to cover his bases and drafted a letter saying pretty much what you said.
Right.
Because it sounds like maybe you guys even talked to each other and
Right, because we
were thinking
were
the
like,
same
did you
thing.
get this? So,
Yeah.
okay,
He said that they oppose it if it does result in loss of public services for Valley Court homeowners,
yes,
such as mail, road maintenance, trash, which it won't, we're not doing anything on the Valley Court side. They're opposed to it if it involves removal or changing trees, fences, property lines, which it's not,
Right.
none of that. And I think that was pretty much it. So he said if it's not changing property lines, property ownership, or services, we have no objections, so.
so I guess our next question is, because we've been dealing with homeowners, and when you said you split it down half, they get half of it, we get half of
Well,
it.
I say that, it's wherever the existing property lines are. Typically, easement tends to be split on either side of the property lines, but I
Right.
can't guarantee that it's quote half and half.
Right,
It's wherever your legal property lines are today.
right, so if he goes down the middle with his RV, can we say something and be like, you're not allowed to do that?
You can say that because that's your property and there is
Okay.
no easement there.
Okay,
And he's received the same notice you have,
okay, I
assuming
just
he's
want-
one of those property owners, so he should be aware of that, yeah.
okay.
There is no
Because
easement
that's
there.
been the issue all last year, with
Mhm.
him just parking his RV there and smelling stuff and whatnot. You know,
Well, if you continue to have issue or complaint with anything that you don't think is, he's fine, he's fine, he's fine. Let City Hall know or the ordinance enforcement officer so we can address anything that might come up.
Mitchell,
yeah, we're good.
hear about the same issue.
Yeah, I know,
And just
everything's
explain
good.
it.
What happened? Am I losing my property or no?
No, we're
No.
good. We all read it wrong. So we're good.
You're here in connection with the public hearing for North Street. Did you have comments or
Yeah, so
questions?
North Street, according to Apple Maps, and it only exists according to Google Maps.
We don't go by Google Maps or Apple Maps. We go by the map that is certified by Gibbs
well,
and Webster. It's for
Our
the city of
street,
Gary.
my street that I live on says Valley Court, even on the street sign. So North Street doesn't exist.
North Street is behind those properties. It's an easement that was created to allow utilities to be run if needed
Okay.
at any point in time, but it runs along the back property line of the houses that front on Valley Court.
So they're basically.
Cool beans, works for me. Alongside, unless you wanna pay for a new phone.
No, there's nothing new,
All right,
nothing literal
all right.
changes regarding your property.
You sure you don't wanna pay for a new
lines.
fence for me?
No, no.
Okay.
Is that good? We've answered your question? Is there anyone else here in regard to public comment regarding the vacating North Street?
No.
I think he's got something.
Your questions are answered?
What is your name?
Brendan,
Okay.
I live at 306 Valley Court.
I think you came in and talked to me, didn't you?
Nope.
No, somebody else.
That might have been the neighbor.
Yeah,
He's
okay,
the
that's
house
okay.
next door to me.
That's okay.
If we've answered all questions in regarding to that public hearing, then we will close our public hearing and move back into our agenda. Still in public comment. Is there anyone else here for public comment?
I got some public comment.
Okay. Would you mind coming up to the podium so we can get you on camera?
What?
Yes.
I'm 26, this is the first time I've ever done this.
That's all right.
I didn't ever plan to do it until he called me the other day, so. Brendan Fisher, I live at 306 Valley Court. Why are we paying the city for trash when I already pay waste management? What is the point of that?
Why do you pay waste management? You should pay the city who pays waste management.
So I went almost a year, I moved in December of '24. And we were paying our waste management bill, they were picking up our trash cans, no problem. And then I got a call a year, almost, it was 11 months later.
About your bill.
Why am I paying the city for trash if I can just pay waste management?
You can't just pay waste management
But why?
because the ordinance states that we contract and then you pay the city and we pay them. So, did you have 2 cans?
I did,
That's
not
why.
knowing that I even owed the city.
Yeah, that's why.
So if I can pay for 1 can through them, what's the point of me
So you
paying?
have to pay 1 can through us. Their, I guess their policy is that you can get a second can, but you have to pay your second can with them for the year in advance.
Okay, so if, let's say I didn't pay the city and I didn't pay waste management, what's stopping me? Maybe I just collect my trash and I take it to
We
them
have
directly.
an ordinance, if you heard what Shirley said when she started talking.
Correct.
That requires everyone in the city to participate in the waste program that we have a contract with. Sometimes it's with a different company. Years ago, it
Okay,
was
so
with Granger, but now it's
for-
with Waste Management. So everyone who lives in the city shares that cost of that contract and pays and has their trash picked up by Waste Management now.
Okay, so how much money of that I pay for the contract does the city keep?
None. It all
None of it.
goes to Waste Management.
Yep.
Okay, so why don't we just pay waste management
Because
directly?
it's a contract that we have with the city. There's other things that go along with that. The city also gets, as part of that contract, 12 dumpsters during the year. And we use that for spring cleanup, where people can bring
Okay.
anything and put it in the dumpsters. And in the fall, we do the same thing.
Okay,
So there's other benefits to it, but
okay, I want you guys to know I'm not nitpicking things. I am, because I'm trying to say, this is the first house I own.
Yeah.
And I've never,
So
thank God I'm not a part of this HOA, because oh my God.
You should have been told by your realtor, because we did.
We were not. So it took 11 months for the city to contact me about, and my bill, you know, it was $200. What, in the grand scheme of things, whatever.
Right.
But the fact that it took the city 11 months,
did you
Well,
come
we
in
didn't
and
know
set up?
that you owned the house. We didn't know the house transferred.
so how? Because I called the county to make sure everything was county transferred.
Or the city.
So
they
why
always tell us
why is there not something going on within the city to contact the county every once in a while, like every week or every 2 weeks, so that way you guys know that, so, because
Right.
Well,
more what I'm upset about is how it took 11 months.
because you didn't contact the right entity to
Right.
tell
I
someone
was
that you
never
were
told I
living
had
there.
to.
Were you getting a bill?
Someone's,
We didn't
someone's
know
gotta
you
fall
were
on you.
here. Yeah, we didn't know
You
you were
weren't getting a
here.
bill from the
Wait,
city?
did you receive the water bill?
No, I'm not on city water. I'm not on
No,
city
he-
sewage
He
either.
just only gets trash. He's
Oh.
I only get trash,
And you didn't
so,
get a bill?
no, not at all, until, she's
The front.
the first person when you call the
Yeah.
city council.
Mhm,
It's her desk is,
mhm,
you know, option
Yes.
one, and she's
Yes.
younger.
yes.
She called me,
Mhm.
and
It
she's like,
sounds like you've got a unique set of
So,
circumstances.
can I just
Yeah.
kind of explain it to you? So, she called you
yes,
because you showed up on the shut-off list, okay? Even though.
for the trash, yes.
Right, and even though we're not gonna shut off the trash, we have a list every month that comes out for the water bill, and that trash bill is still considered the, you know, the water, utilities, whatever, and it's a certain amount of money before you show up on that list. You have to be so many dollars behind before you show up on that list. So it took a year, almost a year, for your bill to reach that list, that amount of money that needed to be, that's on that list, for her to know that you owed that money. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, and until then, we honestly didn't know you were here. We're not the county. The county doesn't report to us. If you called the county and said, I'm living in the city of Perry, they have no responsibility to let us know.
Right,
Okay, so just, the county knew I was here, but you guys just,
yeah.
so
They
there's
did
not
not.
something that you guys can implement, like, hey, every 2 weeks, let's make a phone.
No.
Anybody new
No.
resident,
Mm-mm. No.
why would you not implement that?
Because the city is who you contact when you move into the city. And I recognize
I
this
can
is
tell you
new to
right
you,
now,
so
buyers are not
I'm
being
just
told
trying
that.
to tell you that.
Well, when
Buyers are
title,
not being told to
when title
contact the city
companies
about
call
these
us and realtors call us, we tell them that information. They're told there's a $75 deposit to start your account, that they have to call in order to get utilities
Mm-hmm.
switched over into their name. They have to pay that $75. You don't, because you just have trash.
So you're
So-
a unique set of
Yes.
circumstances. We don't have many homes in the city of Perry that are not part of the water sewer utility.
Okay.
I would dare say it's fewer than 10.
Yeah, there's not
I
very many.
probably could tell you which houses are not on it. Also, speaking of the water sewage, again, I was not told. If I was to ever replace my well, or if I was ever to replace my septic tank, according to the city ordinance, I have to now go through and attach that. Who's paying for that? Because I can't, I tell you right now, I will move out of my house, and the next person, I will make sure that they know that if they have this hefty-ass bill to,
We're not gonna address that here. You can go ahead and share what you wanna share, but we're not gonna answer
why not? It's
that
open
here.
floor.
You can go ahead and speak, but we're not gonna address that here.
Okay.
If you'd like to come
I would-
into City Hall and talk with Shirley about that, we'd be more than happy to.
Okay,
talk to you
well,
about
I guess I'll just say it, and then you don't have to address it, but at least you guys can think about it. Again, that was not something I was told prior to. Hopefully, I don't have to replace my well or my septic tank, because one, even if I have to do them myself and not connect them to the city, it's expensive. But who is going to pay for the connection all the way to my property? Is it you, or is it whoever's got to replace it? Right, because I guarantee you, you guys are gonna try to charge for the 500 feet that it's gonna take to get to my house off of Valley Court. It's gonna be thousands, if not $10,000, just to get the water main, let alone the sewage main to my house.
We would again, we'd
I'm
have to
just-
meet with you.
I know,
We'd have to
but
bring
just
in
think,
the
it's
superintendent,
something-
we'd have to figure it out.
something to think
I
about.
don't know those answers.
That me, as, this is my first house, I'm brand new, so sorry if I'm nitpicking things, these things are not spoken about to brand new homeowners, is who's gonna have to fork that bill of getting the sewage all the way to my house, or all the way down my street, mind you, and then the water all the way down to my house. If I am forced to replace my well, if I have to replace it, and according to the city ordinance, I have to connect to the city water main. Because I'll tell you right now, I'll drill a well and pay the fines before I fucking ever, sorry, excuse my language.
Yeah,
Um,
that's the second time.
Sorry.
Yeah, you
my
get
vocabulary.
3 minutes for public comment.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
And it's
I
third
guess I
time.
know.
Yeah.
Womp womp.
You're,
I guess
again,
I'm
you're
done.
more than welcome to
I didn't know that.
make an appointment and
That
come in
wasn't stated
and
prior.
meet with Shirley and with the superintendent of our
Okay.
DPW if you truly want those answers. You're more than
Okay.
welcome to make an appointment and come in and discuss that.
Alright, apologize for the cussing, sorry, I've never done this before, it's just my vocabulary.
Yeah, thank
And, didn't know about, who to talk to about things.
Okay,
First house,
now you do.
love the town of Perry though.
Good, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Anyone else here for public comment? Shirley, would you share communications with us,
I
please?
will. So our last meeting, December, I did make a complaint list. It wasn't much. We had 2 sidewalk complaints. I think the shoveling wasn't done quickly. And then somebody did complain about the radar sign. They didn't like where it was sitting. And obviously that has since been moved. The recycling flyer for the Langsberg, Greater Langsberg Recycling is back there at the back desk. I did forget to tell you guys also that Megan and I made a trip over there to visit their facility one day after work. We paid for and signed up for a year access to the recycling center, so we're now trying really hard to recycle. It's not always easy to remember that we have a box for that stuff, but we're gonna take turns, maybe once or twice a month, going over there and dropping off recycling. Waste management's schedule, they sent me one this year, so we have a schedule with all of their holidays on there when they would be closed, so that would make their pickup day one day, and the very next day, which would be a Saturday, so that's back there. I did make a copy of the waste management contract from when we signed up with them for you guys to review. We'll be discussing that at the next meeting in February. Let's see. I also made a copy of the resolution from 2020 when the water sewer rates were approved, so you can reference that if you need to for the next, number 4 agenda item. Planning Commission emailed me and asked for a couple items to have in the room when you guys meet. So she asked for the Opens Meeting Act. So I thought that I would also just include that for you guys, so you guys have it and can review that. Here's the notes. And so I did hand out the redevelopment ready communities training plan that was voted for in, I think it was October. I don't remember. I honestly don't remember. So, and also the public, the City of Perry public participation plan. So, we need to do some trainings. I'm looking on the MML site to see if I can't find any trainings for you guys to do. So, just if I send you an email for that, that will have all that information in it, but I'm working on that. And also in this participation plan, it talks about like reporting, like on page 8, you guys can review it, but I'm gonna start keeping count of the people in the audience. So that's just something I'm gonna do to help, report how many people from the public attended, so.
So that's part of the public participation and reporting,
Yes.
okay?
Yeah.
All right.
And that's it. It's a lot.
Any questions for Shirley regarding that or anything else?
Oh, that, oops. I'll look at
Moving on to mayor reports, I did want to let you know that I did talk to the representative for American Tower and relayed to her our response to what an acceptable price for that tower would be. And we had a second conversation clarifying, she wanted to know if we were serious, if that was a serious response. I said yes, it was. And since then, I've not heard from her. So just to let you know, I've had no further communication from her. Do we have any committee reports tonight?
Just a very brief one, we've got a couple of minor ordinance potential revisions that were brought forward as a result of a recent conference call we had that have been reviewed by the ordinance committee electronically, if you will. And those will be probably coming forward for a first reading at our next meeting. Just a couple of zoning ordinance cleanups.
Thank you very much. Any other committees reporting tonight?
Personnel committee met and did an interview for the ordinance and enforcement officer. Went well, and look for recommendation next meeting.
Very good, thank you, Mike. Anything else? Okay, moving on to presentation and approval of the bills.
I move that we approve the bills as presented and the payments be authorized.
Second.
I'll give this one to Mike. Motion from Kamal, seconded by Mike. All those in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. We don't have any old business, so we'll move right into new business. We have already accomplished our public hearing, so we'll move on to number 2, which was the Allen Edwin TIF discussion. And I will report on that. They're not pursuing that any longer. There's no further interest on their part for creating a TIF on the remaining 11 lots in Perry Lake.
Perfect.
So they canceled being here tonight, and that's that. Moving into our next item, number 3 on our new business list. I'm sorry. Oh, yes, we were going to have a motion just to formally state. Go ahead.
I move that we do not accept the TIF resolution provided and discussed at the November 2025 meeting and the table discussion on December 18, 2025 in regards to 11 lots in Perry Lake subdivision.
Second.
Everyone's second.
So we have a motion from Kamal, seconded by Mike, to not accept that TIF resolution. This is just for a paper trail, because they've already told us they're not, but just to have a paper trail that we've denied it. All those in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Now we can move into number 3, which is regarding whether to vacate the North Street easement. Any further discussion regarding that? We've had information from our city attorney. We've had discussion regarding this previously, but if there's further discussion, let's hear it now.
I move that we approve and accept the following resolution. Resolved that whereas the Perry City Council has held a public hearing regarding the vacating of North Street from Lamb Street to the west dead end of Perry Lake subdivision in the Meadowdale addition to the city, reserving an easement for public and private utilities along the center 33 of said street right of the way. Therefore, the city of Perry does deem it advisable to vacate said portion of North Street and does hereby vacate North Street west to Lamb Street
West of
Lamb Street to the Perry Lake subdivision in the Meadowdale addition to the city, reserving an easement for public and private utilities along the 33 of the said street right of way.
Second.
We have a motion read by Kamal, seconded by Larry. All those in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. And just to clarify, the 33 feet that's referred to in that is talking about the west 33 feet of Lamb Street. Because that easement has to stay in place for the utility lines, any in-ground lines. And
Okay.
Okay. Like we said, the writing was kind of confusing.
Yeah,
We all
I
just-
understand.
Yep.
Thank you, and thank you all for coming for the public hearing tonight. We appreciate you being here. The next item on our agenda is in regard to our 2026 fee schedule. I think all of you council members have received copies of that. That was in your packet. Bye-bye. Do we have any discussion or any questions regarding this? Shirley would be delighted to answer any questions.
I actually probably should have highlighted the other copy, because the other copy is the 2026 copy. I highlighted everything on the 2025 fee schedule, and I have no idea why I did that like that, but I did. So, I hope it was.
Well, as I read it, it made sense to me because that's what changed.
Okay, good.
The other things
Okay, all
didn't
right,
change.
all right.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions, or, no? Okay.
I think the biggest change, though, is in regard to the building inspector. The section on the old schedule is new construction building permit fees. That was stated it was to be done differently, but it was never done that way.
Right.
And Shirley clarified that with our building inspector, Rob Kehoe. So that's why it was just removed, because it was never done that way.
Right.
So that
We
has
always
been
just do
removed.
the $50 for the first 1,000, and then 1,000. Oh, and 5,000 for every 1,000 after. I thought I wrote that wrong too, but no. So we just took out that whole garage, $20 per square foot. He doesn't do that, so there's no sense of it being there.
And these are part of the overall water study that we've got going
Not yet.
on. in the city,
Not
just
yet, no, because
independent
that's
of-
not
Yeah.
done yet.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what that resolution that I handed out says, that we, upon the DPW superintendent's decision,
Okay.
we can raise it, and that's what we did, the percentage that that resolution says.
I know when we only do something every year or every other year, it's hard to remember how that happened, and that's, Shirley and I had that discussion. Do we need to go to council for approval, and we decided we did, so here we are, but it's not something that we do every week, so.
Yeah, well, I don't think we've raised it either. It wasn't, I remember last year when I asked it, it was, you know, I'm comfortable with what we're charging, so, so we didn't increase the fee.
I move that we approve the fee schedule presented for 2026 retroactive to January 1, 2026.
Second.
We have a motion from Larry, seconded by Kamal. All those in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. Motion passes. Is there any other business that may come before council at this time? Council, any discussion or observations you'd like to make? Anyone who's decided they want to step forward for public comment? Or further comment? Did we get you all set?
You got 3 minutes.
Already been there.
Sorry, and no cussing again, no cussing, sorry.
I don't know if I could say what I need to say.
You go ahead, I'll defend you, because I didn't do anything wrong, I went over my time, you can get.
No,
yours.
no, you were fine. I was
It's all right.
I'm sorry, I should.
Well, if I can, I'll talk to you after, if that's fine. Not, I promise I won't be mean.
You're good.
I realize you have a busy schedule tonight, but you passed by the communications portion.
No, I didn't, but, okay. You're welcome to speak now
What'd you
during
say about
public
the
comment.
communications center?
Okay. Well, I might ask that, are you familiar with Robert's Rule of Order?
Familiar with what?
Robert's Rules of Order.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. If not, might familiarize yourself with that, along with the First Amendment. Anyway, the county paid bills this month, $11 million, just over that. We had some proposals that we also went over. The elected surveyor position is now appointed. The elected surveyor moved out of the county, so we can no longer fill the position as elected official in Shiawassee County. However, if someone does feel the need to become an elected surveyor, we can change that back through a county board approval. At that time, you know, you got to give us time, of course, before the election occurs, if you know of anybody that's interested in being elected surveyor for the county. We carried on his salary commensurate to what he was for elected, for about $15,000 a year. We discharged a mortgage for a private individual. Made 2025 budget adjustments. Confirmed 2 additional Shiawassee County medical examiners through Sparrow contract that we already had. There's no additional salary going out. They would just share it if one wasn't able to do medical examination person, the others would fill in for him. And we filled positions for the 911 board. These were all open positions, by the way. Midwest Michigan Trail Authority and the Veterans Advisory Board. And if you have any questions for me, I can answer them at this time.
Thank you for the updates.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
have a good evening.
You too.
Do we have agenda items to tell Shirley about for our next meeting? The Personnel Committee will need to be on the agenda for a recommendation.
I'll have information on the new waste management hospital contract extension.
Okay.
And then, one of the representatives will be here from waste management. And then John will have, a sewer rehabilitation quote on the agenda.
Okay.
So far, that's it.
Did you see the first reading of those couple minor
Oh, yeah.
ordinance
Yes, I'm
items?
sorry. I'm gonna write it down, the ordinances too, sorry. When I would put those on here after I fix them up, and I have not got to that
Yeah.
yet, so. Let's see. They're both zoning ordinance.
Anything else?
We may have a presentation from the food bank.
Okay.
Also, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that will be in February sometime.
Anything else? Any comments? Then at 7:50, this meeting's adjourned.